Up, cousins, I am about to take a solo trip and I'm so excited. We going to the beach, bitch. We going to the beach. Okay, my camera on my phone actually cracked right across there, so if it looks a little weird, that's why. But y'all, we about to leave the house. I'm taking a cat with me. She's mad. Are you mad? She's mad. She's mad. She said let me out of here. I know. You went out? You went out? I'm sorry, we going. Here we go, y'all. Let go. Rosemary is not having it. Rosemary, look at her.
Step into yourself, you shedding skin.
We here at the water taxi. About to go to Key Cocker.
Step into yourself, you shedding skin. Let the knowing start within. Moving forward, forward. Talking to my demons, pleading. I think it's time to let me go. Shadow dancing, you been leading, ducking, dodging. I think it's time to rise and grow. Out the victim lane, things can't be the same. Straight showing me no crystal stairs. Pieces of my past confront me everywhere. Look into my eyes until my spirit stares. Some days I just wanna give up. A complicated melody. Pray I find the life in me. Step into yourself, you're shedding skin. Let the knowing start within. Moving forward.
Mary and I
Forward.
have a
Step into
ride.
yourself, you're shedding skin. Let the knowing start
The
within.
fucking spilt food in her bag and these ants y'all are trying to come with us is ridiculous. Na 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 na. I don't know what the fuck he's saying, but I like it. I like it. Okay, now, so y'all, I am sitting outside of Bella's Backpackers, which I love. If you're in Key Cocker, check out Bella's Backpackers. It's a hostel. They got a great view. It's a beachfront property, so the backyard is the beach, and they got kayaks and all types of things that you can rent there. Love it. But they did not confirm what time check-in was, and I, was ready to be on vacation, so I left early. Okay, I'm like, I can get there before lunch and be chilling, but check-in wasn't until later, almost evening time kind of, and so I was forced to sit outside and wait for my room to be ready, which was cool, except that I had a cat who just finished traveling 3 hours on a bus and 2 hours almost on a water taxi, and now it's sitting next to a large body of salt water, which she can smell. Okay, so Rosemary was just not having it, and then I was doing my best to also just be grounded and chill, but it was a little annoying. Thank God the soundtrack was popping, okay, because I just sat there and sang to myself and just reflected. I'm not even playing this music. This is just happening. Hey. Let you know that I care for you and I won't let go. This hostel is built kind of like a tree house, so the more you go up, there's rooms, okay? And so I got the room at the tip top, which is kind of like an attic space. So if you don't mind climbing up staircases and having a room that you have to get through another person's room, it was perfect for me. I was chilling and just taking in a lot of myself. You know, this trip was so that I could sit with myself and so that I could reflect and just be present with who I am. After visiting home for the first time in 3 years, I came back and kind of just blew up my whole world. And so now I'm just allowing all of that to sink in. Just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. Eclipse happening. Now you can't tell. You can kind of tell if you could look. So amazing. So amazing. Allowing myself to align with nature, with the sun, with the moon, with the stars, with what's happening in that environment around me often helps me to get closer to God and is the root of my spiritual practice. So it's no coincidence that I timed this trip with the eclipse as well. This year for me was all about getting true and honest about my own self-worth and value, and about allowing myself to make the decisions that I needed to make, to let the things that are truly in alignment with me come in to my life. If that means having to let go, if that means having to change, if that means having to become something new. So for me, this solo trip, it's the first time since being in Belize that I've taken a solo trip by myself. I've always gone with another. So it's very significant for me to just lean into myself and be empowered in myself in different ways. I've spent so much time being afraid of my own power and my own beauty. And that part of me, she no longer exists. What I've learned is that a lot of that fear, you know, I've talked about this before on my channel, comes from the indoctrination that I grew up under. It comes from the way religion is used to disempower people. And also, as a Black woman, the way we use Blackness to isolate ourselves and to box ourselves in can also, you know, make us disempowered. So as I'm coming into my power, I am doing it in a way that gives me the space to be everything that I need to be, even if it looks unfamiliar to others. When I need to feel God, when I need to be clear with God, I go to nature. And because I do practice an indigenous spiritual system, I know that there are different avenues and ways to get to God through nature. And so you go to the water for different things than you would call upon fire or earth for. And so I'm here giving offering not only to myself, but to the mothering waters, you know, that live within and without. In addition to giving offering and singing songs and praying, I also brought herbs that I use for cleansing and removing of negativity and energy that, you know, is too heavy or too stagnant. I brought those herbs and I gave myself a spiritual cleansing, limpia, and just sat with the water, sat with myself, and really spoke life over myself and into myself. Now, obviously, I didn't come on this trip just for the serious stuff, okay? Because part of the work is learning to enjoy yourself, learning to indulge and then to embrace pleasure. So here, I'm just, you know, getting my little eyebrows together because they real, okay? Thickly mine, okay? And just putting on a little, I don't be doing much, okay? Your girl don't wear a lot of makeup. When I do wear a lot of makeup, though, she's a problem because she's a problem regardless. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go out and I'm going to have fun. I heard one of my favorite Belizean artists was on Key Calker today. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go and tap in and try to find and see where he's at. And so I got myself ready, you know, spent a little time with myself and chilled, got all dolled up so we could go have a night out on the key. Okay? So tap in with your girl. Ugh. Do this look crazy? I can't tell because I can't see shit now. Ooh. It'll work. I don't know why I always do that. So y'all, this is J Cash, and when I first got to Belize, I saw him open up for Chronix, and I connected with the guy he was in a band with, but I never got to meet him. And then I finally met him on this trip, and I just love his voice so much. Listen, I love his voice, and so I'm really grateful that I got to enjoy seeing him play live. Now, I didn't get footage of it, because I'm a one-woman show, but he did hear me singing and called me up to sing a song on his set, and I was so grateful for that. That's real love. But I just spent most of the night harmonizing with him for my seat and being so happy to be there. The next day, I went to this little cafe, and when I tell you that once I realized I liked the cafe, I went there for that same lunch every day. Them legs. Yes. This chia pudding is so good. So simple. A smoothie. It's given healthy. It's given. After lunch, I went back to Bella's and I just chilled. Connected with the local
nothing to do
fruit
but play and pray.
And he hipped me with a lot of knowledge. I sat and talked to him for at least an hour.
One night I am on your belly. I won't allow you to hurt your guts. When's your birthday?
March 30th.
March 30th. You just barely made it out.
Barely made it out of what?
Mm-hmm. I'd have been locked in the intelligence sphere.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people that are marked, they're locked in the intelligence sphere. They think to be black is enough. It is not enough. To be black alone is not enough. You need to be black and smart. No sense being black not making sense. And a lot of black people need to know that, because that's what got us in the trouble in the first place. While we're over here, so we're trying to play blacker than each other, then try to know that you got to be smart and keep it together. Otherwise, the European would never got away in 7-Eleven to start their own chapter and call it Jesus. That's what it was. So, hey, I won't say nothing if you want to.
No, but close, Ohio, the Midwest.
Ohio. You know, I had a friend there, but she was a white girl. I didn't go and see how it was in the inside, but I drive from New York to here all the time, so I pass like that.
You really never know where your lessons are going to come from. You really never know where the confirmation, the affirmation is going to come from. So you have to be open to all the angels and all the messengers and teachers who are going to come onto your path. That's how I felt about this man that day. And if I had been fearful and, projecting all of that fear into the world, I would have never been open to this opportunity. And that's why I'm grateful for this trip, because it's helping me to step out of my comfort zone and into a place of just really opening up to being receptive to what the world has for me, and what's meant for me. So if you like this vlog, make sure you tap in to the next episode and see what happens on the rest of my trip in Key Calker. And just subscribe so you could tap in general. Okay? Because, yeah, do it.